most people, true traditional Japanese martial arts exist only in imaginary fragments, in books, films, or distant historical memories. Stories of the ninja, samurai families, and secret techniques passed down quietly through generations. What if that world really did exist? And more importantly for you, what if the best parts of it, the wisdom and techniques that can actually help your life today, never actually disappeared? In this video series, I will prove that it was carefully preserved, passed down from teacher to student, and continues in an unbroken lineage. That you have the opportunity to connect with today. Soke Shoto Tanemura is part of that living tradition through his family lineage and direct transmissions from other noble lines. That connection reaches back into the history of Japan, to the time of the samurai and shinobi, and even to the line of the emperors. These are not fantasy, nor are they merely imagined interpretations. They have indeed been preserved and are still taught faithfully today. For those training outside Japan, there is an inherent responsibility to appreciate what has been passed down. And in order for it to transform lives positively, it absolutely must be represented correctly. In my more than 4 decades of traditional Japanese martial arts experience, I have found that what draws people to this path is not only the history, it's also about the benefits that studying true Budo develops. A body that moves naturally and efficiently. The mental development of Fudoshin, the immovable mind, and an understanding of timing and distance. This gives you the ability to read human movement, protecting yourself and your family. These go beyond technique. They are fundamental life principles. And without a teacher who has received this knowledge in a legitimate way, even if the secret scrolls were laid out in front of you, the knowledge contained within them would be impossible to understand. In this 3-part series, we will explore the history, the lineages, and the life of Tanemura Sensei. It's a living tradition waiting for you to discover. The Tanemura family lineage traces back to Emperor Uda through Prince Atsuzane, rooted in one of the earliest noble lines of Japan. Emperor Uda reigned from 887 to 897 during the early Heian period, a time defined by refined court culture and the rise of noble families. From the Uda Genji line emerged the Sasaki clan, and in the Genpei War, Sasaki Takasuna became known for leading the charge across the Uji River. The Kamakura period, 1185 through 1333, marks the rise of samurai rule and the foundation of Japan's warrior government. The Sengoku period, 1467 through 1615, was an age of constant warfare because warlords fought for power all across Japan. The Takeda clan was one of the dominant samurai families of the Sengoku period. Following the death of Takeda Shingen in 1573, Takeda Katsuyori succeeded his father. The Battle of Mount Tenmoku, Tenmoku-san no Tatakai, fought in 1582, marked the final downfall of the Takeda clan. Katsuyori faced a formidable coalition of forces led by Oda Nobunaga and Tokugawa Ieyasu, and he was defeated. Even so, after the death of Takeda Katsuyori, a princess of the Takeda bloodline married into the Tanemura family, uniting the two lineages. That connection was preserved as a mon, Japanese family crest, called Maru ni Yotsu Ishi, symbolizing the union of the Sasaki and Takeda lines. Later, one of Soke's ancestors also fought as a warrior in the Battle of Asahiyama in 1584. Next, in the early Edo period, the ancestors of the Tanemura family were presented with a sword forged by Yatsutsugu. He was a third-generation court swordsmith to the Tokugawa shogunate. In recognition of their service as court physicians in Kampo, traditional Chinese medicine, this sword became a family heirloom of the Tanemura family. The Showa period. Between life and death, there is a fine line. During World War II, my sensei's father, named Tanamura Satsune, had been ordered to serve on the ill-fated Attu Island as a senior civil official. But on the advice of a friend, Satsune withdrew from the assignment and narrowly escaped. Sadly, most of the Japanese who went there died. Before the war, the Tanemura family had many farmers working for them. But after the war, they lost most of what they had and, with humility, returned to working the land themselves. On August 28, 1947, my sensei, Tanemura Tsunehisa, later known as Shoto, was born into this world. Soon after, a violent typhoon named Kathleen broke the riverbanks, eventually flooding the house up to the eaves. As a child, my sensei was physically weak, and curiously, from a young age, started to question his own existence. He asked himself, why was I born? What is the purpose of my life? But I think it's better to hear it from sensei in his own words.
When I was a young time, kid time, about 5 or 6 years old, it a little strange person maybe, because I all time thinking what I am, why I was born, and what is my purpose. But when the 21 years old, I am opened with this martial art. What is I am? Maybe something there as a purpose. And when 27 years old, I could understand from my deeply heart, my purpose is myself established as a human. And next is giving for people my service, volunteer with my best. So I'm with my martial art doing the best for people and society service, volunteer and saving, and making a utopia with this martial art.
To be of service to the world. These words are not empty. Sensei has truly put them into practice. For decades, Soke Tsunehisa Shoto Tanemura has devoted himself to society. And in time, that path came to be formally recognized by the Emperor of Japan. Here I inset a picture of Soke receiving a special medal, similar to knighthood. This medal was presented by the Emperor of Japan on November 3rd, 2017. The declaration says in part, for many years of distinguished service to society and social restoration, the Emperor of Japan hereby confers upon Soke Tsunehisa Tanemura on November 3rd, 2017, the Order of the Sacred Treasure, gold and silver rays. Here is the close-up of the medal that was given to my teacher. Of course, this honor serves as a guiding example and inspiration for all present and future Genbukan members and their families. Keep in mind that there are still 2 more videos in this series. They will cover more details about Sensei's classical martial arts training, as well as aspects of Sensei's modern police training as an officer and detective with the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. After retiring from law enforcement, Soke taught and traveled all around the world. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. As it was passed down from Takamatsu Sensei to my teacher, Grandmaster Shoto Tanemura, the first 20 years of traditional martial arts study are for the physical foundation. The next 20 years are for the deeper understanding and spiritual development aspect of the art. And the rest of your life is for the refinement of both, as well as giving back to others. I began this path with Soke in 1987. So in 2027, it will mark 40 years of my training under my teacher. With my teacher's help, I'll be opening up further, sharing more, and really listening to how I can become better at communicating. The comments have generally been disabled. However, now there is a well thought out survey available where you can weigh in on what types of videos you want to see next. Scan the QR code on the screen or use the link in the description below. I look forward to hearing from you.